Christmas is one of the most popular and most celebrated holidays in the world. However, Christmas would not be nearly as popular as it is today if it weren't for Santa Claus. But what do you really know about jolly old Saint Nick? Did you know that he is one of the oldest bachelors in the world? Or that all letters addressed to him do not go to the North Pole? But before we learn more about the most ubiquitous character of all time, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Did you know that Santa's sleigh moves 45 times faster than the fastest man-made object? According to UNICEF child statistics, there are more than 2.2 billion children on Earth, with an average of 2.5 children per household. This means that if he wants to deliver all presents, our beloved Santa needs to make about 880 million stops in just one night. Now, let's say for the sake of the equation that all children are nice. Thanks to the time zone differences, Santa has 31 hours to deliver the presents. To save you from crunching numbers, the aforementioned implies that his sleigh would have to move at 1,800 miles per second to get to every household. And to put that into perspective, NASA's Juno spacecraft, considered the fastest man-made object, only moves at about 40 miles per second. Santa sold out to Coca-Cola. Most of us know Santa as a jolly old guy in a red and white suit. However, Santa wore many colorful outfits throughout his service, including blue, green, and brown. The red and white suit became popular in 1931 after Coca-Cola dressed him in their signature color for the commercial, and he's been wearing it ever since. The tale of 'Twas a Night Before Christmas. The mystery of who wrote "'Twas a Night Before Christmas" still intrigues many researchers and historians. The poem was first published in the New York Troy Sentinel newspaper in 1823 under the name A Visit from St. Nicholas, but it was renamed later. At the time, the author of the poem was unknown as it was sent to the newspaper anonymously. The poem was credited to Bible College professor Clement Clark Moore, but many insisted that it was stolen from Henry Livingston Jr., the poem's true author. Letters to Santa don't really go to the North Pole. Well, at least they don't in the United States. Contrary to popular opinion, letters to Santa don't actually go to the North Pole. Instead, all letters on the US ground go to a little post office in Santa Claus, Indiana. Employees of the post office, referred to as elf volunteers, make sure to respond to every letter that has a return address on it. They say that preserving the dreams and beliefs of young children is a vital part of growing up. Some countries have special postal codes that are reserved only for letters to Santa. For example, Canadians use HOHOHO or Ho Ho Ho, whereas the Finnish people use 5 nines as the postal code. Does your country have a special postal code for Santa? Santa is a few reindeers short. Those who are more familiar with the legend behind Santa Claus know that only 8 reindeer pulled his sleigh. It wasn't until the 1949 Christmas song Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer that the reindeer family was extended, bringing the number up to 9. Now let's say that Santa carries around 400,000 tons of toys in his sleigh every Christmas. This would mean that he needs at least 360,000 reindeer more to pull that much weight. Crazy, right? But for the sake of the story, we'll stick to the fact that all 9 reindeer are magical and able to pull their weight. Santa Claus has 2 different homes. Did you know that you can visit Santa Claus's real homes on 2 different continents? Yes, Santa fans, the big guy has houses in North Pole, Alaska and Rovaniemi, Finland. Paul Brown, the general manager of Santa Claus House in Alaska, says that if you want to meet Santa Claus himself, you should visit North Pole. On the other hand, the Santa Claus office in Rovaniemi says that their Santa Claus village is the only place where you can visit the real Santa every day of the year. You can't beat that, can you? The most powerful mutant ever. In 1991, a special edition XMen comic came out naming Santa Claus as the most powerful mutant of all time. The comic depicts X-Men heroes traveling to New York to find an Omega-level mutant that Professor X had discovered through Cerebro, his mutant detecting device. X-Men found out that Santa had multiple powers, such as gravity manipulation, immunity to cold and fear, molecular manipulation, weather manipulation, telepathy, and of course, immortality and teleportation. I can't wait for an X-Men movie with Santa to come out. Christmas was once banned. It goes without saying that believing in Santa Claus is not the most religious thing one can do, especially in the 17th century. In 1659, the General Court of the Massachusetts Bay Colony passed a law saying that whosoever shall be found observing any such day as Christmas or the like, either by forbearing of labor, feasting, or any other way, would receive a fine of up to 5 shillings. The reason the holiday was banned is that the Puritans considered Christmas a pagan custom that should not be celebrated. They also blamed the Catholics for taking a holiday without any religious or biblical values. Luckily for us, the ban only lasted from 1659 to 1681, but still, those must have been 22 very, very sad Christmases. Santa is not chubby by mistake. You don't get that round belly by sticking to a healthy diet. No, Santa fans. Our jolly old guy loves to eat sweets. And if every house he visits serves 2 cookies for Santa, some quick math would tell us that the big guy eats 374 billion calories, 33,000 tons of sugar, and 151 tons of fat in a single night. In order to burn all those calories, Santa would have to run 109,000 years, which doesn't make much sense. Nevertheless, he is a mutant that can manipulate molecules, so the extra calories shouldn't be an issue, right? Iceland doesn't have a Santa. Many countries don't celebrate Christmas, which means no Santa Claus for the kids, and Iceland is one of them. But before you get all judgmental, listen to this. Iceland has 13 Yule lads, which are some sort of a hybrid between Loki and Santa Claus. Every year between December 11th and January 6th, a nice kid would be visited by one of them and they would leave a present in their shoe. How awesome is that? On the other hand, there's this thing called Kreela that cooks the naughty kids, and a giant black Christmas cat that eats kids who aren't wearing a piece of new clothing when it visits them. So we take it back. You can be judgmental. Christmas should be all about joy, not joyful horror stories with a twist. What other awesome facts do you know about Santa? Make sure to share them in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more notifications.
We'll show you everything worth knowing.